Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
I love the fade. Like, ooh.
Welcome to another episode of The Scoop. We are back. It's been a couple weeks since my last show. I think it was definitely before the Mardi Gras season started. So we are here to give the Mardi Gras review. And no better people to be here than Mr. Hercules, who, if you follow the Instagram and my Facebook postings with the fist, the year of the fist this year.
Fisting for Mardi Gras.
And one of our favorite people to yell and taunt at in the parades, Mr. Taylor.
Hello.
So this year we made, my count was 42. Your count was 41.
Yeah.
And that was with us having two half parades in the mix there.
Yeah, I missed out on that first one there.
Well, the second one.
The second one, yeah.
The first one, as always, was Funny 40 Fellows.
Great parade.
Great parade. Very short. I mean, it's like a 17-second parade when I record it every year. Let's see.
That's still a spectacular kickoff, though.
Yeah. I mean, we always make it a fun event. We get a whole bunch of friends together, go watch it pass by at Madigan's, and then go get Fushnicken.
Maybe see it again.
Yeah, maybe see it again when it comes past.
We missed it
coming back this year. Let's see. I mean, that was a fun night. We did the king cake test.
Yeah, it wasn't even a contest.
Well, yeah. Our buddy Grant brought a Mackenzie's king cake, which he swears is the best king cake ever.
Yeah, he's insane. It's terrible. I'll give it traditional, but oh god, it's terrible.
And a Randazzo's, which won sweepingly.
Yeah.
So,
I did tilt the scales on that one a little bit, though.
Well, yeah. I remember, like, any time that someone was like, "Ooh, can I have a piece of king cake?" You were like, "Yeah." And you went and cut the Randazzo's. Here's a real piece of king cake.
Yeah, you don't want that. You know, embarrass yourself having that beginning of Mardi Gras.
So this year, one of the big king cakes, while we're on that topic, was the Dong Thong's king cake. Did you get any?
I didn't try it.
Yeah, I didn't try it.
I've heard mixed reviews about it, and I wasn't about to stand in that line for it. What the hell? I mean, it was going like 2 blocks, you know?
Yeah, people showing up. I mean, I understand, like, at Randazzo's, like, you know, in the heat of the season, they have a big line.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this line was just absolutely ridiculous. It was like they were giving away crack in their fucking king cake. You know what I mean?
Well, somehow they like managed to make themselves go viral as this new, unbelievable king cake, and I don't know. I didn't get it. And every review I heard was either like, "Oh, it was dry, it sucked," or "It was all right." You know, that was kind of the best compliment I got of them. Like, it was all right.
I saw one or two people who swore that yes, it was the best fucking king cake. But, yeah, I never tried it. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite king cake out of all of them?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not that hard-ass about a king cake. They're all good. So, but I kind of just like the regular old Rouse's ones.
Yeah, Rouse's does do a good job with them. Yeah. I mean, I've never had a bad Rouse's
It's simple and easy. Yeah. It's right at the front door. So you just grab a little one, you're gone, and that's it, you know.
Hido is real good.
Yeah, I do like those.
They're a little bit of a pain in the butt to get, just because you have to go to their store on the West Bank, and it's a cash-only thing. You can't And I know Pounders usually like pre-orders them.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd gone a couple times with them to pick them up.
Yeah. So I didn't get any high dough this year, but I'd say they're probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like that too. And that one's kind of a more traditional, sort of like the Mackenzie's one, but not dry and terrible.
Yeah, it's moist. It's got a moist to it. So let's see. Next parade that we hit, Driftwood.
Yeah, how was it?
Oh, it was wonderful. It was the best parade this year.
I mean, by the time I got there after my adventure in the morning.
Yeah, this parade was the one where you had to go give a shit.
Yeah, I gave a shit. Well, he gave a shit.
Yeah.
I ran around town trying to deliver shit. And then the shit turned up missing somehow.
Yeah.
Like literally a jar of shit turned up missing.
Yeah. So I remember I was texting with you like as we were like finding the spot where we were gonna stand and all the details to it, and you were like, "Okay, I'll meet y'all there. I'm out on Loyola dropping this off." They just sent me to Jefferson Highway.
Yeah. I went to 3 different places.
Yeah, they sent me back to
steaming jar
place.
of shit.
They sent me to this place, and you were like, "I'm probably not going to make it." You did happen to make it.
Yeah, I didn't
for like
see much
the very
of it.
last walking group or whatever that was going, that was in the parade.
Well, I simply forgot about that parade, and had I not had to go deliver that jar of shit to begin with over there, I was like, wait a minute, all these people are going to... Wait, it's got to be Driftwood going on. And then you had called me.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
when
I
was
didn't
still
realize
running
that it was
around.
that night because
Yeah.
usually it's the same day as Crew of Cubs.
Right.
And we went... I got a text from JR saying, "You going to Driftwood?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going next week."
Right.
And he's like, "No, it's tomorrow." I was like, "Huh? No, it's next week. No, it's today."
Yeah, well, I saw people walking toward it because I went to one on Williams first. That was my first try.
Yeah.
And the lady was like, "No, bring it home, put it in your refrigerator, and come back Monday." I'm like, "No, I don't want this in my refrigerator. Where can I drop this off?" So we went all the way to, I don't know, St. Jude or whatever it is now. And Deep Kenner, and then...
The Kenner Ochsner or whatever.
And then they're like, "Oh, no, it's go to the one on Jefferson." I'm like, all right. Here I go. Carrying my little bag.
Yeah. So, you did make it to that parade.
Yeah.
And if I remember, that was the parade where JR wanted to bring his kid. And his kid, who's like 4.
Right.
His mom had somebody coming over or something who wanted to see him because they hadn't seen him since he was, in diapers.
Yeah.
And whoever it was showed up early, and then JR was like, "Hey, I'm going to go see the parade. You want to go?" And he was like, whatever. So JR left without him, and he was like, "I'm going to show this punk what he missed." And he decided he was going to collect every bead that got thrown at us.
Or that we picked up on the way back.
Or that we picked up on the way back. So he had like this mound of... His arms were like completely full. And he's trying to carry it because he didn't bring a bag.
No.
And he was like eyeing up, like somebody's like newspaper bag. And, like, ooh, maybe someone's got a grocery bag laying on the ground. No luck. Got carried the entire way back to the car. Just so that he could it to rub it into his kid's face. Look at all the booty I got at this parade, man. You missed it,
I love how y'all went down the wrong block a couple of times.
And we went on the wrong block trying to find where our cars were.
I was like, I think I'm right here. And you're like, oh, way down there. And y'all had to be right by me somewhere.
Yeah, we were. I think you had to have been parked like across the street from us. So let's see. That night, we went to the Carrollton Walkabout.
Yep. Yeah, we all did that one.
Yeah, that was a fun experience.
Yeah, I've done that one a couple times now. It is fun.
Yeah, what it is, it's every Mardi Gras crew pretty much has some sort of walkabout. Like I know Tux does theirs, like the Friday before they roll, they all do a special thing through the quarter and like have a luncheon somewhere, so on and so forth. Well, Carrollton starts at their den and goes down Oak Street to Carrollton and then up Carrollton to Madigan's. Where they just have like a little drinking party over there.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, we had a fun time at that one. There was one float, the King.
Oh, yeah.
The King was on a float. And we all threw throws.
You got to do some king cake with the King.
I did. I
was impressed by that.
Yeah, I had a king cake shot with the King. So that was parade 3. Parade 4 was Crew of Cubs, where we ran into JR again. Yeah. And he, ironically, he caught like weed beads.
Yeah, at a Cub Scout parade.
At a Cub Scout parade.
I'd never caught weed beads at a Cub Scout parade, but I guess that's what they're into these days. I have no idea.
I remember
some really wanted them.
Yeah.
I want those. Nah, these are daddy beads right here.
These are daddy's beads. And then we took a ride out to Poseidon, where we were trying to go to Bilge, which got rained out. So then we had like 6 hours to wait for Poseidon because for the past, that was, I think, the 3rd year now that we've seen them.
Yeah.
And every year, the first year when we went, we weren't really expecting a ton. I mean, let's be honest, it's an early Slidell parade. So we were figuring they can't be this big into it, That first year they had like, a bunch of like really good marching bands, really good dance teams. They had like 27 floats that were all full.
Bippo the Hippo.
Yeah, Bippo the Hippo was in it. So we left and we were like, dude, that parade was awesome.
Yeah. It's quite the kickoff.
Yeah. Last year we went and we were like, all right, there's no way that they can follow up. Again, really good parade.
Yeah, this year they moved it to nighttime, which I think is great.
Yeah. And they added a lot of night effects to their floats. Kind of like a Caesar, to where it's not like, like the LCDs or whatever that you see in a Bacchus or Orpheus or whatever. But it was definitely a beautiful parade.
Yeah. Much nicer at night.
Again, we had a great time at the parade. That was the first parade that we got to cheer for Davey.
Yeah. Davey.
He even had his, if you remember correctly, his fan club was right across the street. They had the Big Davies sign.
He was running for some office then. I never knew.
Let's see. From there, we went to Crew de Vue.
Yeah.
Because that night we had to make a decision where we were going to stay on the North Shore for Poseidon or come back in town for Crew de Vue and Crew Delusion.
Right.
And because Poseidon was such an awesome parade.
Yeah, we just stuck it out.
Yeah, we went to the train store in a torrential flood.
Yeah. Don't go in that room. It's flooded. All right, we go over here then.
Let's see. We went to that po' boy place in.
I went there today, actually.
Oh, that was a good po' boy. We had it was basically a 30.
Yeah. It seems like we always end up getting a po' boy somewhere along the way during Mardi Gras.
Yeah. Last year, for 2 years, it was Sammy's.
Sammy's, yeah.
And this year it was that place. But so we made it down to the quarter for Crew de Vue.
Which I liked where we ended up catching it.
Yeah, right at the end.
Yeah. That was
right where they were breaking up at what used to be Ralph and Kaku's.
Yeah.
I assume it's some sort of party venue or whatever now.
No idea. But that was cool because we got to see like the last of them. They were all not in good physical shape ananymore.
Oh yeah.
They were done.
Yeah, they were toasted when they got to us.
Yeah.
I remember we ran into your buddy at.
Yeah, Enrique was out there. I forget he's in that thing, but he was like, well, I won't say what it was on, but his pupils were big. Let me put it that way.
Let's see. Then we chased down the very end of Crude Illusion and saw the last walking group.
Like, wait, is that them still going?
Yeah. I guess it was the last float of them.
Yeah,
chilling.
pretty much.
But we didn't count Delusion.
Nah.
I mean, you got to catch the majority of the parade for it to count.
I think we caught most of, Crew de Vue, though. That one was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think when we got in there, it was like parade. It was like group number, like, there was only like 6 of the floats in the front in the parking lot thing, and there was, 20 more of them that came. Let's see. The next day was Little Rascals.
All right.
Little Rascals, while it's always a staple parade, it kind of fucked us this year. Because if you remember, because of the rain the prior day, Bilge got backed up to that same day.
Oh, that's right.
And there was Slidelians and Perseus, maybe?
Something like that.
That rolls in Slidell, and we missed both of those because Little Rascals took forever to get to it.
It's like 8 floats.
Yeah.
I mean, it should take like 2 seconds to ride by you.
It's 8 floats and like 700 marching groups.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember, like, you met me over here, and we were looking at the parade tracker, and it said, oh, it's right on the other side of Bonneville. And we're like, oh, okay. Let's haul ass up the street real quick, and it'll be getting there right when we walk up. We get there, and, like, we wait for, like, an hour.
I don't know if they decided to turn down Bonneville, not knowing that it was closed off or something, but they totally stalled out somewhere. I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but, yeah, we waited forever for that one to show up. So, as a result, we missed those 3 parades.
Yeah. Which Bilges.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just weird. Like, I like that one.
Well, I mean, it's the boat parade.
Yeah.
But the cannon last year was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. From then, we had like a week until the real parade chase started. Ocean. Ocean, I mean, it's a parade.
Yeah. It's just hardly memorable.
Honest,
I don't know.
For some reason, something about it always never strikes me.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing of it that stands out as its own, like, oh, this is the parade with this. Like, I can't think of one thing of that parade that, really comes to mind.
The one thing that I remember from it always is one year I caught it downtown, like in the loop when they were doing the loop.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
I would catch it way down in the loop because I'd catch, I forget what, it was Excalibur and something else used to roll in Metairie.
Yeah.
So I'd go catch those at my traditional parade spot and then go run downtown and catch Ocean and I think it was always just Ocean downtown, and Cleopatra was on the West Bank.
Right.
That's what it was, because we would always go catch Cleopatra on the West Bank, like right at the right where it ends, and then run out to Ocean and catch it.
Yeah.
In the turn, pretty much right where it's ending. But I remember one year seeing just like the entire crowd just like break into like a dance. And it was because some band was playing It's Your Birthday by 50 Cent. It was like the year that it came out, Let's see. So Ocean, I mean, it was a parade, but there wasn't anything
get you
really.
going.
Yeah. Cleopatra.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah, that's a beautiful parade.
I'm glad they moved because that really became a better parade once they moved.
Yeah. They threw apparently. The big thing has become the personalized throws, kind of like the Knicks purses here, or the shoe, the coconut, the traditional coconut of Zulu. A lot of crews have started picking that up to where that's like their thing to do is a specialized throw. Cleopatra was apparently doing wine glasses.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people
glasses.
did those.
Yeah.
I saw a couple of those, but didn't really think much about them. Like, I didn't go chase one down or anything. But, yeah, I kind of noticed toward the end that they were all, hand decorated and all. Maybe the last 3 or 4 floats I tried to get one, but I didn't get one at all. But, I don't know. Not that I know.
Well, I'd have to assume that just like with the shoe or the purse, I mean, have you ever caught a shoe or purse from just a random person? No, it's usually from someone that you know.
Yeah, somebody, the shoe I got was the last year or the year before. Somebody, looked up and then chucked it at me, but I couldn't tell if it was anybody I knew. I mean, with a mask on and all, so no idea. But
so, Cleopatra was a beautiful parade. Then we made it to Excalibur. Excalibur, their traditional thing is, or their personalized throw is supposed to be shields.
Yeah, I've never seen one of those.
Well, I know that because that's the parade I rode in a few years ago. And back then they were talking about doing them. And I think that the big thing is that a lot of people, they would try and encourage people to do them. And it just never took off in the crew.
So it might be a handful of people that actually do them anyway.
Right, yeah. So there's probably only like a half dozen people that do them.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, it's just, all right, sorry. They did have a special doubloon this year, Excalibur. They had it was an alligator.
Yeah.
They had like 2 or 3 traditional, round doubloons. But the alligator was their special one. That's another one that's becoming a big thing.
All the little cutouts.
Is the cutout doubloons. We saw, I guess King Arthur was one of the big ones that I remember starting that.
Yeah, they had made those shields a couple years ago, and they were nice and heavy, and
I
don't know, they stood out. And they threw a ton of them, so it was kind of like, when we had them, I'm like, oh, that's neat, and I started seeing after that the little purses and all that. I don't know if somebody at the doubloon factory was like, hey, man, we cut out whatever size you want, because you'd start seeing a lot of those. The little, we got the horse this year, and
the horse. Let's see, the turtles was. King Arthur was doing turtles and shields.
Yeah, the little Morpheus. I don't know what the hell
Morpheus
that thing
had
Horn of Plenty or
sheep and the moon logo.
Yeah.
There was one other one. Oh, the dice.
Yeah.
That Toth was throwing.
The little boots Carrollton's got. There's a bunch of them. And
Carrollton had a train.
A train?
Yeah, that big red thing.
the big red one. Yeah.
So Excalibur. I mean, it was a beautiful parade.
Yeah.
I always enjoy it, and not just because, it's my home parade, shall you call it? Yeah. I had a great time at it. Adonis. It was the one parade that we made on the West Bank this year.
Yeah.
We chased that parade too.
I've never worked so hard.
Yeah, usually we can sneak right up on it at the very beginning and catch it right as it's pulling off.
Yeah.
And move on to all the West Bank parades.
The tracker really let us down on that one.
Yeah, the tracker just wouldn't update.
Yeah, for some reason it was behind it. It was like, I don't know if the guy showed up late and was just checking in wherever, but like everywhere we went, it was the tail end of it.
Right.
We ended up having to go all the way the hell around to the back side of it and caught it in some neighborhood.
Yeah, in like the middle of the parade route. It was a cool parade.
Yeah.
I mean, it had a lot of repeat floats that we had seen in Excalibur the night before.
Right.
But or it was either Excalibur's or Cleopatra's floats. I forget which one it was, but we had seen. I remembered like, oh, we saw all these floats.
The spaghetti's back.
Yeah, the spaghetti's back. Yeah.
You just see that one like 10 times a year.
Yeah.
Big bowl of spaghetti.
Let's see. So we caught that parade, and then we hauled to try and catch Pontchartrain.
Yeah, we saw what,
we
maybe
saw
the
like
last
the
two
last
floats, something.
float or two of Pontchartrain. And that's when the rain started.
Came down that
On Mardi Gras, if you followed me for the past few years, you know that Saturday is really where the chase happens.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, you see our numbers like quadruple over that weekend because usually we're going into that weekend with like 7 parades.
Right.
And then we end the parade that weekend with like 23 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a haul. That Saturday, you better be ready.
Yeah. I remember that was the one where B-Goat jumped in with us last year.
Yeah, I can't believe we did it.
Yeah.
Because most people that have done it with us a couple of times, like, you guys are nuts. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
But he was all ready to do it again the next day. And we're like, damn, all right.
Yeah. So let's see. We missed Pontchartrain, but we met up with Fish uptown near Lee Circle-ish area.
Yeah.
And we watched Choctaw, which is always a cool float.
It's always been a good one.
They were running through the rain, so it was kind of an off year for them.
Yeah.
Mainly because, I mean, their parade, it's Indians, you know?
Those big full costumes
those
and
big,
all.
You know, feather headdresses and, you know, all that. I don't remember seeing too many of them.
No, it seemed like they had, you know,
I'd assume that they
scaled
stashed
down
them away,
quite a bit, you know.
knowing that the rain was going to come.
Yeah, it rained this year for Mardi Gras, although we generally stayed pretty dry. I mean, it rained like every weekend. We're like, what the hell?
There was a few days where we got pretty wet.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, it wasn't so bad, you know.
Yeah. So Choctaw and Ferret, we caught in the rain. Mm-hmm. Ferret apparently had masks.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing any of the masks.
I did catch a pile of like the float riders masks, but they weren't decorated or anything. It was just like
it was just like the
them.
white. Yeah. Choctaw does usually have the tomahawks that they personalize.
Yeah.
You know, more than just like those shitty plastic ones that everybody caught as a kid. Mm-hmm. That's on like the end of a piece of bamboo.
Yeah. Bamboo and a hard rubber thing. I think we'll actually give somebody a whack though. Those still good.
I saw a few of the spears. I mean the tomahawks and spears and stuff there, but I don't think that I saw any of the personalized ones.
No, I remember seeing a lot of the sort of like the old school ones, but they were nicer and they like lit up and that kind of thing. But I don't recall seeing like any personalized.
Light up is really picked up as like a big thing with throws, to where I'd almost say that beads, just regular beads, are becoming extinct.
Yeah,
unless
everybody leaves them on the ground. And
they're
not cheap, so people, like, might as well throw this for 50 cents rather than that for a quarter or whatever the hell,
Right. If somebody will keep it. Yeah.
Like Cleopatra, there was lighted stuff all over the street. They threw so much of it. It was crazy. Yeah. Like, because you already had 10 of them. I don't need another.
Yeah. Well, Taylor would have probably.
I would have kept all of it.
I need all of this,
All this stuff.
and I'm hungry.
And then wanted to get the same light up crap from the guys
Yeah,
pushing
from
the
the
carts.
dude with the cart.
It still blows my mind those guys make a cent, especially now. I mean, they throw better stuff than they selling.
Yeah. The only things that they throw that are like, I guess, semi-decent now, other than like peanuts and cotton candy type stuff, is maybe some of like the hats.
Yeah.
I mean, they've gotten really elaborate with the hats.
Yeah,
But
I
I mean-
remember having to chase down some squid hat for somebody. Good Lord. I mean, I chased this guy for a good quarter mile. Head in my pocket. We went to Endymion. That was a couple years ago when we ended up going to getting the awesome ass.
Oh, the sandwiches.
The sandwich. And then, yeah, had in my pocket that whole time. Never ran into him. I finally gave it to him. He's like, all right,
Thanks.
check
Yeah,
it.
throws it in the back.
Never saw it again.
It makes you feel better. I wore it like twice.
Ooh, it does. That does make me feel better.
Let's see. So from Ferret, Ferret also, the last half of it was Legion of Mars.
Yeah, I had no idea they even existed.
Well, I remember catching a doubloon or two from them, like in years past, and I just figured, okay, yeah, it must be just like a particular float, thinking that it was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's the military float. Apparently, they were like the last half of Ferret.
Oh yeah, and to me, it seemed like that was a more elaborate parade than Ferret itself.
Yeah.
Like they were definitely throwing more. The floats were fuller of people,
And they were super excited.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those guys were partying.
And it was pouring ass down rain.
I know they didn't care. Not a care in the world for them.
So
But
after Ferret, we moved from Lee Circle to way up the route.
yeah, just went and caught it up.
Caught it on Magazine, pretty much like right where it starts.
Oh yeah,
In front of the we don't cook, we don't clean, we don't fly commercial ladies shop.
oh, I just want to slap that lady. I don't even know her. I'm already mad at her.
Yeah, it was some art gallery over there, and like in huge bold across her window, it said, "I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't fly commercial."
One of those people.
So we caught Sparta and Pygmalion there. Both of them awesome parades.
Yeah.
Pygmalion is always
Yeah.
beautiful. I will say, I prefer seeing Pygmalion on Canal.
Yeah, I think we might have caught it too early where everything wasn't all lit up yet and it hadn't quite got the swing of anything going yet, but I think later down the ride was probably the nicer place to see it, Well, plus where we saw it was, the bands were just grouping up and all. It wasn't, I don't know, so organized quite yet, until they make that turn onto Napoleon. I guess it's more
Yeah.
all together at that point.
But Pygmalion, it was a beautiful parade, but we caught both of those way early so that we could make sure that we could get to a decent spot to see Chewbacca's. Because last year, we joined Chewbacca's, basically.
He had the only motorized vehicle in Chewbacca's last year.
Other than the Ghostbusters mobile.
Like, oh, we're in the parade.
Yeah.
You might want to turn,
We're the absolute last float. So Chewbacca's was awesome. Let's see. I caught a koozie that looks like Chewbacca.
That's a good one.
I posted it on my Facebook.
That was
See,
hilarious
the
when you
balloon,
went.
the Legionette's doubloon. It's a few years ago. I caught from them a pair of drink coasters, and one of them was a silhouette of or a profile of Han, or one of them was Leia, and it says "I love you," and the other one was Han, and it said "I know." Well, their doubloon, one side was Leia, and it said "It's Mardi Gras," and the other side is Han. I know.
I know. Watching you panic over that the Chewbacca
koozie, yeah. Because I lost it. Like
you almost lost it. That's for sure.
I thought that I had it in my pocket, and then on the way home, I was like, "Where the hell did it go?" And I was almost willing to drive back there to go find it.
Oh, you were going. I'm like, pull over.
Yeah, you're like, pull over. We're gonna search this fucking car. We are not driving all the way out to the Ninth Ward to go look next to the Shell station to see if it fell out of your pocket when you were getting your keys out.
It felt like a repeat of the key.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, this is about to go down again.
Not gonna fucking happen again. So yeah, Chewbacca. Oh, and I caught a fly swatter at Chewbacca.
Oh yeah.
It
had the guts on it. And
it had guts on it. It was from
eyes.
Chuck and Blaine and them.
Oh, is that who gave it to you? I didn't know.
Yeah, the Swarm, I think, is what their
makes sense.
Their group is called.
Yeah, it looks like a used fly swatter with like little googly eyes and all glued to it. It's awesome.
Let's see. The next day, well, at Chewbacca's actually, we met up with Hunter. Because Hunter was like,
him in forever.
Yeah, he saw all the pictures of us updating, and he was like, "I want to go to a parade. I haven't been to a parade yet." And I was like, "Meet us at Chewbacca's. We'll be there in 30 minutes." And yeah, we had a good time at that one.
Yeah.
Afterwards, we went to the Point Bar.
I was trying to think of the name of that earlier. I was talking to a guy that lives right there. That was a cool spot.
Yeah.
Pretty unusual band playing that night.
Yeah, I remember they had like a French horn.
Yeah, with like crazy effects on it too.
Yeah.
It was like it's the most unusual thing I'd seen since like Stinking Isabella like years ago. They had like this dude who looked like Chong, and he played this upright bass, and he was just wailing the whole time. It was awesome.
Let's see. The next day was Femme Fatale.
Yeah. What's that sigh about? It's an all right parade. I don't know. I like it. We did get this particular flask from that parade a couple years ago.
We did. This year, I was very disappointed with it.
Yeah.
It seemed like they weren't throwing a lot. And it's not like we were like at the very end of the parade.
No, we're about the middle, maybe a little further than the middle.
We caught it right there at around Lee Circle.
Yeah. That's getting close to the end nowadays without the loop.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
they should have plenty at this point.
You haven't even hit the grandstand yet.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I don't know what was the deal with it. They had a lot of bands. The bands, I'll give them. It seemed like they had every band that was in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. I know, they loaded up. Because that parade just took forever. And it was just going and going and going. Like, what the hell? How many floats does this parade have? And it was like 15.
Yeah, they only had like 15 or 16
maybe 18,
floats.
Whatever. But it was like, man, that parade should have been over forever ago. That one took forever. And then they weren't throwing. It was kind of raining, stopping. So it was like, it wasn't the greatest day. Maybe that had something to do with, their spirit of the ride. But I don't know. Hell, once you're on it, once you're wet, have fun.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
They do the makeup compacts.
Mm-hmm.
I've
caught a couple of those before.
Yeah, I've caught one or two in the past. And, I mean, I have no need for a makeup.
I mean, you're too pretty already.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I usually give it to some little girl or whatever who's there,
I'd keep the personalized one. I did keep a personalized one, but the other little, standard crew emblem ones, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't bother keeping those.
let's see. Following them was Carrollton. Mm-hmm. Their traditional thing, their personalized throw, is the shrimp boot.
Yeah.
Which
Like
we all have one because
yeah, I got a collection
your
going.
old man rides. That's where it happened again this year. I'm just gonna say that right now. Every year for all of the horse crews, my chant for them is "Throw me a horse."
Throw me a horse.
Throw me a horse. Well, your dad got wind of this, and last year he gave me an inflatable horse. This year, and to preface it, every time that he sees it, when he sees us, if you're familiar with someone who rides in a parade, if you're a close enough friend to him, kind of thing, and they know you're going to be there, a lot of the times they'll have like a special stash set out for you, and so he always has a bag set aside for you, me, and Taylor. Well, this year last year he gave me my bag with like the boot and my doubloons and whatever in it. This year he gives me my bag, and he reaches down and he gets a stuffed animal horse and gives it to me. And I'm like,
got a horse.
Sweet, got a horse. Got a horse. And I didn't bother looking in the bag right then and there. I mean, this parade's still passing,
right.
So I'll wait until the parade is over and we're in between parades or parade stalled or whatever.
Yeah.
Look in the bag. There's like 5 more stuffed horses in the bag.
I think basically went around town and cornered the market on the stuffed horses.
Stuffed horses. For me, the horse whisperer.
That was what he wrote on the bag. The horse whisperer. Though, I don't know if I ever came clean about this, but the inflatable horse last year,
Yeah.
I actually ducked out on you, ran down about 2 blocks while inflating this horse, and I handed it to him. And then when it got to you, he handed you the horse. I had to eBay that horse. He's like, I can't have this big inflatable horse on the damn float the whole time. People are going to kill me. I'll get it to you, man. I'll get it to you.
I'll get it to you.
So I'm walking down the street. People are like, what kind of party you about to go have? Blowing up this big inflatable horse.
So let's see. Carrollton, everybody was throwing a bunch to us because we were both wearing walkabout shirts.
Yeah. So like, damn, y'all know the whole parade or something? Like, no, I know. Carrollton's written on his shirt.
Yeah.
And you can see the color. It's
it's lime green, so it's kind of hard to miss.
Yeah.
Let's see. King Arthur. They had a bunch of doubloons. They had
an impossible collection.
Yeah, they had an impossible collection, and they weren't throwing any of them.
No, I swore they didn't throw any this year. Because the only ones we had found, like even after parade we went and walked, were a couple of shields from last year.
Yeah.
I was convinced they didn't throw any.
Yeah. What we try to do is we try to get a doubloon from at least each parade that we go to that throws doubloons. A lot of parades don't throw doubloons anymore. So, sometimes we do get into like almost a feverish hunt trying to find them.
We gotta get one, goddammit.
And if we can, we try to collect them all. I mean, but if we don't collect them all, our heart isn't broken. You know what I mean? Like some of these parades, they throw, like 10 different types of doubloons. Or like this year, Toth had, I think it was like 45 different doubloons that they had.
I mean, come
pressed.
on. There's ain't no way in the world you're getting all those.
Yeah, and I mean, granted, like probably 12 of those are like, those special, like bronze or like gold plated.
Don't throw those at all.
Yeah, those you basically either buy them directly from the crew or someone from the crew, who's near and dear to you, gives you one. Let's see. I think we left King Arthur with like none of their doubloons.
No, like I said, I grabbed a couple of them, thinking maybe we had a couple of them. But
Yeah, and it was all like a shield from 2012.
well, somehow the old man rode in Carrollton and then had a big sack of them. I was like,
Yeah.
well, how the hell did you manage that? Oh, you guys weren't even trying. Like, I don't know what
Were
y'all
you
were
even
doing.
at the parade? Yeah, his dad is a feverish doubloon.
Yeah, he's one of the crazy guys holding up a sign.
And I remember last year at one point, he showed up at Temple Day, and he comes to you and he's like, "Where's all the doubloons you caught?" And you like pulled out, like you were proud of like the handful of doubloons that you had. You're like, "Hey, I caught like 9 of them." I mean,
yeah, the one time
Temple
I thought I was
Day,
going to
it's
make the old
packed,
man, happy, but
and he's like, "Were you even at the parade?" And he holds up like a lunch sack full of doubloons.
there's thousands of them in it. It's like, oh, how did you do that? He's like, oh, I didn't even try. It's just my bag right here.
I remember,
Smart ass.
I think that was the same time when he was complaining that there was some guy who was ahead of him with a doubloon sign. It was like, this asshole's stealing all the good doubloons.
No, he hates. There's 2 guys. Apparently, they wear these like LSU sort of jumpsuits, and they have all these pockets sewn into their pants, and they'll hound every single person on every single foot. And he hates these guys because he pisses everybody off, and they don't want to give anybody else any.
Yeah.
So he like moves down the block from them, but they'll like chase somebody until they get him, and those guys drive him nuts. I think we ought to like get those sort of LSU jumpsuits to see him for Carrollton next year. Hey, you assholes!
Hey, throw some doubloons! Doubloons! Let's see. Allah apparently had, King Arthur had grails that they were decking out to where it was like pimp cups.
Yeah.
I saw a few of them get handed out to people around us.
Yeah.
I didn't catch one.
No, I didn't either. Look, that was another one. I mean, I didn't realize they were doing it till kind of way late.
Until about half of the parade, 3/4 of the parade was over. Allah had genie lamps apparently that they were
If you
decorating.
say so. I didn't even see any.
Yeah, I didn't see any, but I mean, I've seen pictures of them online. There was an article that listed off all the different personalized throws that exist these days, and there was probably like 20 or 30 of them that they had listed. I didn't catch any genie lamps, but I saw DA in the parade.
Yeah.
He was having a great time at that point in the parade.
Great time.
Let's see. So we had a good time at that one. That one, I remember specifically that their theme was they all asked for you. Because all the floats were like the monkey's ass, the peacock's ass, the giraffes, the elephants, blah, blah, blah. From there, we went to a rescheduled Caesar.
Yeah.
Which, word has it, had it rolled on its proper day, while it was a blessing for us to be able to catch all of our parades, it made it to where Davey couldn't ride in the parade.
What kind of shit is that?
He was actually supposed to ride on one of the band floats, and because it interfered with some other gig, he had to drop,
Yeah, but, all right, so if this happens again next year, let's just pitch in and pay him for whatever he would have made at that gig.
Yeah.
So we can yell at him on the damn street car.
Davey!
Because this is like 3 years now. We've yelled at every bandwagon that went by.
Yeah. And
To
no
the
Davey.
point where all the bands now are like, there's still no Davey.
Yeah, there's
like,
still
look
no
at it.
We don't know a Davey.
Who are these idiots always yelling at? Do these idiots go to every parade just to yell at us? Somebody that's not on our float.
But Caesar was a beautiful parade. Caesar was under a little contention this year because there was talk that they received some sort of parish stipend.
Yeah, a lot of people got all over them, but apparently, my understanding is most of the parades got that stipend.
Yeah, in Metairie,
So
it seemed like a bunch of the parades got that stipend this year because, I mean, I hate to say it, Metairie Mardi Gras is slowly dying.
Yeah, I find that to be a great shame because Metairie Mardi Gras, I mean, though it was never the Uptown Mardi Gras, that was always king. It was nice. They had a lot of nice parades, and then it was, I guess, a more family-friendly environment for most people. And then there was a lot of them, so like they had a lot of parades in Metairie when Uptown wasn't having them. Like that whole previous week used to be full of parades.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, there being like 2.5, almost 3 weeks.
Oh yeah,
of parades in
and just about every night too.
Yeah.
You know.
And now, I mean, I think I heard there was like 12 parade permits that Jefferson Parish handed out this year.
That was all they had in Metairie was 12?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
So they were under a lot of contention because they received a stipend. But, I mean, when you look at it in the respect of, they probably didn't get physical money.
No.
You know, that it probably, they probably said, okay, we'll cover the police coverage or we'll cover
that's my guess. Because really,
cleanup.
I think that is one of those things that they put on Metairie parades. It was like, oh, we have to have 4 bands between each float or 4 whatever, marching groups or whatever in between each float. And then you had to pay this tax for, you're paying for all the cops' overtime and then you're paying for all the cleanup. And that's just too much to put on people.
Yeah.
It was to the point where parading in Metairie was more expensive than parading in Uptown.
Yeah, and I think that the two things that are killing off Metairie parades is a lot of those charges. There's a couple of the parades that are not as fancy as they used to be.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of it is they're just losing membership, I mean.
Yeah, they didn't even have the big dragon guy.
Yeah, they usually have like the Hydra
yeah.
Caesar. And there was a time where that was like a 3 or 4 float tandem.
Yeah.
Last year it was a 1 float. This year it wasn't even in the parade.
Yeah, it didn't even exist. So.
I mean, all the floats that were in there were beautiful.
Well, I wonder, that's kind of a little subset of that group. So I wonder if just the rain just killed anybody that was from out of town riding on that float. Maybe they just didn't have enough people.
Yeah, that could be it.
Hopefully it's not gone.
Yeah. But something special about that parade.
Well, we thought it would be special.
Yeah, we thought it would be special.
That
was the first parade where Mr. Taylor was marching with the Grace King Band. We were expecting to receive our first tuba solo that night. But Taylor, what happened that night? Did we get a tuba solo?
Unfortunately, no.
Well,
unfortunately, no. He was acting like some unforeseen circumstances. No.
Yeah. It was the fact that he wasn't playing the tuba.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just not playing the tuba today. So
now, for the record, we will ask this, Taylor. What instrument do you play?
The flute.
But you also are very proficient in
piccolo, tuba.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. That's the one. That's the one we were looking for.
I have photos of him playing tuba. I'm aware of this.
It was photoshopped.
Nope.
So we didn't get a tuba solo that night.
That was strike one.
Yeah. Hopefully, later on in the story, you'll hear us getting a tuba solo.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. So then there was a few days off in between that Saturday, and then it gets to the full on every day.
Yeah.
Here on until Mardi Gras. Druids. At that parade, we had Mr. Crazy with us. That's where Crazy joined in on the race.
You guys are nuts. Your name is crazy.
Crazy came with us. It was raining really bad that
Yeah,
day.
it was an ugly night.
We caught it out in front of a friend of mine, Jennifer's house. And let's see, Druids. I mean,
That's a cool parade.
Yeah, it's a cool parade.
It always has been. You don't catch a whole lot, but it's still a cool parade. You know, it's well done, and one of those parades. It's Druids. You can spot their floats a million miles away. You know who they are. You know.
Followed up by Knicks. Druids usually picks a lot on Knicks because they follow them.
It seemed like they weren't so hard on them this year.
Yeah, they took the year off this year. Knicks, as we mentioned, their traditional throw is the purse. Is their personalized?
Got some lovely purses this year.
Yeah, I caught several purses, as you can see. Everybody in our party, I think, caught.
I didn't get one this year. God damn it!
Oh,
I know. I'm not bitter.
I'm not bitter.
I'm not bitter at all.
I remember it was raining real bad for them too. I caught some purses from my friend Susan, as well as one from friend Lisa and one from Foxy, which I thought I brought it in here. It's a little coin purse.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. I remember seeing it today though.
Yeah, so the purse, as well as we talked about, they were one of the first ones really I remember seeing with pre-cut, or those.
The little purse doubloons.
Yeah, the purse doubloons. I don't think they actually had a traditional round doubloon at all.
Yeah. No, they did at one point. I don't know if they do anymore.
Yeah, right. I don't think they do anymore. Let's see. We had a good time that night. We ended up hanging out with Jennifer.
Yeah, it was a good night. She's cool.
Let's see. The next night was...
Well, again, in Nick's, Taylor let us down with no tuba solo.
Oh, yes,
again.
yes. I'm sorry. I saw the plus here. Yeah.
So it was a good night except for that.
It was a good night except no tuba solo. Again, Taylor, was something wrong with the tuba that night?
Yeah, it had to go into repairs.
It's weak.
So, no tuba solo that night. Well, wait, was that the night that you got the first tuba solo from?
No, that was the night of d'etat.
I remembered I thought there was 2 nights where you got a tuba solo.
We heard one later on, nearby where we were for, where the hell were we?
For Choctaw and all that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because the dude, it was just like one of the random brass bands. The guy just started going off.
Yeah.
Like, all right, tuba solo.
So the next night was...
We did hear one cool guy.
Babylon Chaos Muses. We caught those out near Lee Circle. Babylon, I remember that's another one where when you see their floats, you know it's a Babylon float.
Yeah, they're like a mile high.
Yeah, they're like 10,000 feet
so
feet tall.
Weird.
And they start to get a little bit satirical with their stuff. But they were rolling so damn fast that day.
Yeah, that's one. I used to go to that ball. That they've always cared more about the ball and pomp and circumstance of it than the parade. I don't know. That's sort of an afterthought to them.
So we only caught like the last half of that parade. It was followed up by Chaos, which is where the satiricals really get going. I mean, we're saying that the satiricals really get going. Crew de Vue is super satirical as well as Delusion. But, with the, due to lack of better words, the big boy parades. chaos is really where you really start to see the satire stuff. Chaos is also when the shooting happened.
Yeah, this apparently the third Mardi Gras in a row on Thursday. There was a shooting at that corner.
Yeah, we
need to go to a different spot.
Well,
no, I don't know. I kind of like them. It clears out the crowd a lot.
Yeah, I mean, every year we have. Well, this was the first year that we were down there when the shooting happened.
Yeah, like pop, like hey, they're shooting.
So the parade's rolling, and we look behind us, and there's like a crowd of like people who are like walking towards the interstate.
Yeah,
which typically means there's
it's about to be
some kind of a fight or something. Followed up by the cops on horses, all the cops running, so on and so forth.
I like how people try to stand guard in front of the horse. Yeah, get out your way, stupid.
Yeah.
You're about to get trampled.
And within like 10 minutes of all these people going there, we hear the pop, pop. Everybody in the crowd starts ducking. We're just standing there. It's like...
the bullet already passed if it's coming your way. I mean, what are you doing now?
I'm dead. If it's coming this way, I'm dead already. Sorry. So
apparently that was I heard later it was like 15 or 16-year-old that fired those shots.
Yeah, it seemed like all the violence things that happened on the route this year were like 16 and 17-year-old kids.
Little shits.
Oh, sorry.
So there was a portion of the crowd left when gunfire happened. I mean, understandably. I mean, it was
gave you a lot more elbow
like
room.
kids and stuff like that. But yeah, it gave us a lot more room for muses and chaos.
Mm-hmm. Good timing.
Once like all the shooting stuff happened, apparently, right up the way from us, I found out later on that there was a fight that broke out between two bands.
Yeah, I saw a video of that
in front of my friend Tony. Like Tony was up the way with his wife and in-laws and whatnot, and when I texted, I mentioned it on my Facebook to someone saying that it happened, and he texted me, and he was like, "Wait, a gunfight just happened right by you?" It's like, a fight just broke out by me.
I don't know what was in the air that night.
Apparently, it was like two rival bands, to where one was marching and one was in the crowd, and the ones in the crowd jumped someone in one of the bands. I didn't even hear who the two bands were associated, but
yeah, I saw a video of it, but I didn't know who they were. They were wearing a red uniform.
Well,
but
I mean,
whoever the other guys were, I have no idea.
Can you imagine how much shit that the people who were involved in that fight got into?
Well, they kicked that band out.
Yeah.
So that probably cost the school a good $15,000 or whatever the hell they make. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to assume that it was a pretty penny. Mm-hmm. You know, I know that you had mentioned to us that with one of the parades, y'all got a good payday like that. Either maybe
I think
you were
it was
talking
for
with the band
Nick's
director?
because he had told me because basically everybody bitched out on Nick's because it was raining.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and they kept going, so I think they gave him a little extra bump to do it. But so I don't know what they generally make. I would assume some of those big schools are making 15 to 20.
Yeah, the St. Augs. And,
I mean, it's going to cost them not to do it,
Yeah.
So.
So once the drama cleared from the air, chaos got to continue to roll. Mm-hmm. Chaos was throwing the cards.
Yeah.
I think that's like one of their personalized throws or whatever.
Yeah.
Is the cards of all the different floats, which I have my set in the book there. I haven't gotten to look through them again. I take pictures at all the parades, like of as many of the floats as I can, but I rarely get to go back and look through them.
No. I was doing that for several years, and I just kind of stopped because I never looked at them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, now I gotta go clear all these out because my phone would just stop working. Basically,
Yeah, you'd
There's
fill up
so
all the
many
memory
damn
on it.
videos and everything else on it.
See. So, after Chaos was Muses, which their big throw is typically the shoes, which
shoes.
everyone was yelling for the shoes, but we were yelling for something else. What were we yelling for?
Socks.
Socks. Socks. Last year they threw these because last year their theme was Dr. Seuss. So I think that was when they created the sock thing. And they had like 2 or 3 different colors of socks, and I just happened to catch one. I didn't even know that socks was going to be one of the things that they were throwing. I just randomly caught them that year.
Yeah.
Well, when I wore them at some point, like they were just sitting in the shed in the.
There's these big fluffy.
Yeah, they're these big,
terry
awesome,
cloth.
fluffy socks. Oh, and they have like little like footy things on the bottom, so you
They're
don't
like slippers, more
Yeah.
or less.
So I wore them one year, at some point when it was like cold, and I was like, "Ooh, I need some socks." Put them on, awesome socks. So this year I was like, "Socks, socks, throw me socks!"
We finally found the one lady that had a bunch of them.
Yeah, I caught a pair. You caught a pair.
Yeah.
And I tried mine on that night. I know that you tried yours on like within a few days.
I think I ended up wearing them for like Temple Day or something because
Yeah.
my feet at some point were just shot. They were done.
Yeah,
And I
I
stepped
mean-
on a rock and I still feel that damn rock.
Ooh.
Oh, it sucked. It was killing me, man.
I mean, yeah. Well, we put a lot of wear and tear on our
Oh, yeah.
feet in between walking from our parking spots to just standing for 40 parades. Yeah, we
So
so like
suckers are like a massage.
oh yeah, they're awesome. And then we went to the Doubloon Collectors Club thing
Yeah.
last week, and someone had the socks
I know. It's
to where you bought
I'm like,
another
ooh.
pair of each. And they only wanted like $1 for them or something.
Yeah, I was
It
like, how much for the socks?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was like, hey, what are those? Like I don't want to show my cards. Like,
Yeah.
I need those, man. I'm like, take my money. Like, he's
much
like,
you
oh,
want for
they're
the socks?
$2. I was like, I'll take them both. You got any more?
Got any more?
Oh, I searched every table after
Yeah.
I spotted those. Like, you got any socks? He's like, socks? What are
Yeah,
you talking about? Like,
uses
you don't know
socks.
what I'm talking about then.
Well, apparently Tux throws socks too.
I heard that.
That they throw like purple, green, and gold socks.
Are they fluffy like that?
No, I think they're just like
I don't give really care. Though.
dress socks, basically. Essentially like the socks that, if I remember correctly, Taylor gave you some.
Yeah, some like Argyle,
Mardi Gras,
Gras.
yeah. I think that's basically what they are, is something similar. And they,
Well, those are cool,
Probably
but
say
they're not
Tux.
as fluffy.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll still try to get some. There.
So, yeah, Muses, the socks were where it was at for us. While it's always awesome to catch a shoe, again, not that like
Yeah,
a
chances
big
are you're
shoe
not getting
aficionado
one.
or whatever,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's a beautiful throw.
But chances are you're not getting them. We need to make a sock sign next year
Yes.
because I could wear those pink fluffy socks every day and be a happy guy.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, at Nick's, I forgot to mention. At Nick's, I caught a personalized stirring spoon, like a wooden spoon from Rue La La.
Yeah, I like
That's one of the
those.
dance groups.
You've gotten a couple of those. Those are
Yeah, I
nice.
caught one last year. I caught one this year. And there was one girl with, like, I know my friend Amber who's in the group. But there was one girl who saw me with the flask. And I was taking a shot out of my flask. And she was like, "What is that?" I was like, "Mardi Gras vodka." And she grabs it and she takes a chug. And she gives me a baseball card. It was a personalized baseball card for her. Like, I assume, because this, like, every year, Rue La La picks a different theme. And this year it was like a Roo-La-La League of their own or something like that.
Oh, weird.
And so they made baseball cards with all of them's picture on it. And she hands me this fucking baseball card of her. And it's like the skill, you know, like on the back where it would say the statistics. It said like skills, stealing people's drinks, blah, blah, blah. You know, like.
This is true.
Yeah. Let's see. So, Muses, I also ran into my friend Elizabeth, who was walking with the Pussyfooters that year, or for that parade. At a couple of the other parades earlier in the season, I ran into my friend Karen, who marches with the Dames. And, I mean, all along the Knicks-ettes, I see my friend Marissa marching with them. There was a couple of the groups, though, with the dance groups, that it seemed like there were new ones.
There was a bunch of new ones this year. But they were like big groups. So I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember seeing these guys. And I mean, they had hundreds of people in them. I'm like, God damn, where did all these pop up from? Yeah.
Well, I know that there was an article about all of the different dance groups this year. And it had like a list of like 50 different names of groups. So maybe that helps steam up a lot more new ones.
Yeah.
Or ones that only maybe did one parade or two parades last year. Got a lot more.
I think the crowd just enjoys them, though. So now the bigger crews are getting all these people to go in. You know, it used to only be like, you know, the Stompers or something like that. Now it's like bunches of them.
Well, there was contention about that this year with the dance groups and all with Uptown, to where there was complaints that there was a lot of flack about the overtime that the police have to work.
Yeah.
And that the cleanup teams have to work, which, I can understand. I mean, that's some long-ass days for the police and, the cleaning crews.
Yeah, I mean, plus, think of the cleanup crew. You got to rake the lawn for 7 miles.
7 miles.
It's like, that's a mess.
But they do a good job, I mean.
Oh, yeah. It's probably cleaner after a parade than your standard weekday.
Right.
You know?
They well, as a result, there was talk of limit it to where there was only one dance group between each float, and that was what caused them to cut out the canal loop.
That was kind of part of the same thing. Their excuse for that was they couldn't get emergency vehicles through quick enough.
Yeah.
Which seemed ludicrous to me, but that was the excuse.
One complaint that I have with it is, I mean, there's a lot of people within that loop.
Oh, yeah.
That would catch it during that loop, I mean.
And we really had to schedule around doing it this year because we generally caught 4 or 5 there every year.
We would depend on that a lot because, it made it to where it's like, oh, we'll go catch this one in Metairie or, in the West Bank or wherever. And just go catch these downtown in the loop.
Yeah, Caesar changing days really helped us out on that one because that was a day we would always
that was almost
back
a guarantee that we were catching Sparta and Pygmalion at.
Yeah, that's where we had always seen it until this year.
Yeah. So let's see. So we talked about Chaos Muses. All right, the Friday. Hermes. Well, at Babylon Chaos and Muses, we did have Dave and Crazy with us again. For that night, that night was Crazy was a lot more gracious about it.
Yeah.
Like the first night, he was pissed because when we get going, like walking to and from a parade, like our Mardi Gras legs fucking pick up.
Yeah, we go.
And Crazy was not used to like getting into almost a fast sprint.
Well, we purposely bring nothing and take nothing with us unless, very little.
Right.
Personalized, nicer catches we want to keep. Yeah, he was keeping a lot to bring back to people, so he was toting.
Yeah, he had bags and shit of.
We're on a wind sprint to get down. Let's go.
So that first night, I remember when he left, or when we got home, he was like, "If you motherfuckers leave me in the dust again, I ain't going with y'all anymore. I'll fucking stay home and watch parades."
We did
on
leave
TV.
him in the dust. But we're so used to just being us, so we kind of do that to everybody. And we're like, oh yeah, hold on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Taylor's with us. Taylor,
somebody on a block back.
Yeah,
but he had smartened up and gotten a wagon.
Yeah, he had a fold-out wagon, so he could fill it up with all of his goodies, and just tote it behind him a lot easier.
Speaking of which, I think that's the night I lost the new Mr. Rogers. I think it's in that wagon.
Then that would mean it's got to be here somewhere.
I would think.
I'll look.
Either that or in your car. Did you ever clear out your car?
Of beads, yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, it's possible it's in the car.
Yeah. Mr. Rogers.
We can look in the back. Kirk always wears a cardigan sweater to all the parades, thus dubbed the Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, it kind of has a Mr. Rogers feels too.
And in the middle of the season, it somehow disappeared, or it's somewhere.
It's somewhere. I've lost it many Mardi Gras. And somehow it always comes back.
Let's see. So that Friday was Hermes, Data, Morpheus. We caught those three along Napoleon.
Yeah.
And it was super packed that night.
It was the first kind of very nice night. No rain. I mean, it was comfortable and people came out of the woodworks that night. And I got to say that was probably my favorite night that we had. It was just so fun. Every part of it was fun. We got out there. The weather was nice. It was full of people that were throwing a lot. Everybody seemed to be celebrating, Yeah,
we had our king cake in full supply because we put a bottle or two of the vodka in the wagon with Crazy just to make sure that we had enough to go around.
Well, and I think that was no, I guess that had been the second day of my vacation, but I was kind of well rested and ready for full
That was
swing.
the first day of my vacation.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So
king cake.
We had an awesome time that night.
Yeah.
I remember Crazy was sitting in the back, and we were like, Crazy, why don't you come up to the front? And he was like, no, I'll show you why. And beautiful girl would walk past him. Beautiful girl would walk past him. Beautiful girl would walk past him.
Nowhere.
He's like, I'm good right here. And then he's like, plus I'm catching lots of stuff. He's like, watch. And then a float comes by, and he just starts pointing up to the top, and he's like, every float's got a John Elway. And sure enough, he's pointing, and somebody up on the top of the float sees him, points back at him, and just bombs something huge. Bow! Catches it, and he puts it into his wagon, and he's like, I'm good right here.
No, but two particularly great things happened that night.
Yes, they did.
So, number one, finally got my tuba solo.
Yes.
Not from my only begotten son, but from some random dude that was just nice enough to give me a tuba solo.
Might have just been dressed up.
That was a dude with a tuba. Who dresses up with a tuba? No. So, I was like, he stops in front of me, and they were kind of in a lull, I guess. I don't know what was happening.
Yeah.
And he's saying, like, woo, tuba solo. And he kind of gives me and he stalls and kind of looks for his band director. He keeps going.
And that was the night that there was a group of college kids that were right next to us. And that, they were having a good time, drinking some beers, whatever. And somehow they were like, you can't drink a beer.
Like, can't drink a beer. I was like,
And
what the hell's wrong
they
with you
challenged
guys?
you to like a shotgun a beer contest,
Yeah, fools.
and you beat them.
Of course I beat them. They're frat boys. I was like, please, you don't want to do this. And they're like, oh, what are you, scared, old man? I'm like, bitch, oh, here's
Shotgun
a
a
beer
beer.
for you. The beer. Bah, bam. They're like, oh, well, damn. They were cool and all, but frat boys. They still haven't changed.
Let's see. D'état is always one of my favorite parades.
Yeah, that's a cool one. That's one of the ones I want to ride in eventually.
Yeah. I'd love to ride in that parade. Morpheus was another one that was beautiful. I mean, not that Hermes is always a real beautiful parade too.
We're good.
Yeah, they've got similar to like a Pygmalion feel to their
it's
their floats.
nicer. I think it's that same group. It's some French group builds out.
Yeah,
I know it does Pygmalion's Royal Artists.
Yeah.
Those are distinctive night and more, I don't know, Art Deco, Art Nouveau, whatever looking floats, but
Yeah.
they're very nicely done and like distinctive from the typical Kern ones, which I'm not trying to put down or all, but he's got his style. They have their style. I tend to like the more classic look ones.
Let's see. D'état also, I didn't mention it with Muses. Muses throws out or has the roller girls that hand out their
The newspaper.
thing, or with them it's usually a poster. With D'état, it's the newspaper.
Yeah.
And it's usually has a picture of all their floats, and like on the back it has a witty description of it, which explains more of the satirical aspect of
You can spend that
Donald
whole
Trump
parade.
was an idiot this year. Here's some of the things that he did wrong.
Yeah, this year there was a lot of basically picking on Landrew and
Yeah,
sewer and
Landrew,
waterboard, because I mean, really, there's
Sewer
an
and waterboard.
endless supply of things to make fun of those groups.
Well,
for.
they D'état usually has it's like the Dictator's dance team or something like that.
Yeah.
And like I remember a few years ago, they were all dressed up like Ryan there, the old defensive coordinator.
Oh yeah, Rob Ryan,
Rob Ryan, with like the beautiful
blonde locks.
the locks, yeah. And this year, they were all dressed up like sewage and water board employees.
the hard hats and all.
Yeah. Let's see, Morpheus. They were a real long parade this year. It felt like.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not that that's a bad
kind of
thing at all.
always a long parade, but yeah, their membership seems to have swelled.
Yeah, I think that they're getting close to being a super crew.
Yeah, but damn near, especially with those other ones in front. I mean, that's a
It's
a
big
full night, you know.
Because those three were going so long, we actually missed Centurions that night.
Yeah.
Centurions is always a beautiful parade out here.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's been a few years though since we've caught it, just because, I mean, like you said, Uptown is a full night by itself.
Yeah, well, we ended up catching those early that night, so I thought we were gonna make it.
Right? Yeah, we were trying to catch them further up the route so that hopefully we could come down this way and catch Centurions near the end. But yeah, Centurions was like
they must
reaching
have
the
been
end
booking.
when Morpheus first started.
Yeah, they must have been booking.
Well, if I remember correctly, that night, later on that night, it was supposed to start raining again.
Yeah.
Let's see. The next day, that's where we caught our second half parade.
Dreaded half parade.
Well, that day is always kind of hectic with getting everything ready for Temple Day.
Right.
We were getting the sound gear together and loading it into the van and helping Grant with getting the windows taped up and all that. I mean, we're putting a few $1,000s worth of
Yeah.
sound gear into a U-Haul van and parking it on the parade route. You know, I mean, the last thing that you want is just
Like, ooh, look at
leave it in
that.
plain
Lots
sight.
of electronics.
Ooh, I can pick this lock easily. So we missed the first half of Iris, but that one, the traditional throw for them is their personalized throw was sunglasses.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense. Iris, you know. They're always a pretty parade.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of an older lady parade, but it's done nicely.
Yeah.
You know, and
Followed up by Tux. Which,
shit show.
yeah.
Love it.
Tux, their traditional throw or their personalized throw is toilet brushes and plungers.
Yeah.
If you've never been to Tux, the really big thing that they're known for is they throw toilet paper. And they proceed to roll the parade route.
Oh, yeah. They have devices for unrolling it. It's beautiful.
All of their and all of their floats have a bathroom theme to them.
Mm-hmm. The king literally has a throne.
The king's throne is a giant toilet. There's one that's a giant bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, their theme this year, because it was their 50th, it was like 50 years of gold or something like that, and 50 shades of gold, and all of the floats were, like a porta potty or, called something related to urine.
Yeah, those are golden showers, a couple of them.
Yeah.
That's nasty. All right.
So they, I would say that this year they rolled the hell out of St. Charles, way more than they ever have before.
Yeah, they made a mess of it. It was beautiful. There was shit everywhere.
They were not the only ones throwing toilet paper this year.
No, a few of them did. Toth did.
Toth did because their theme was something like roll with it.
Okay.
So, like, they had a dice, it was like rolling dice. They had, one that was rock and roll. One of them, called, rolling houses. So on and so forth, with everything dealing with roll. Well, all of their floats were throwing Toth toilet paper. And they proceeded to re-roll anything that Tux missed.
By chance. You know what about Tux? One of their old throws and one of my favorite catches of all of Mardi Gras used to be the rubber turd.
Yeah.
I didn't get a single one this year. This might be the first year I didn't catch one.
Yeah, they usually do throw.
They haven't thrown them in a while, but you see, they'd be
someone throwing the
recycled,
fucking fake dog poop.
You would end up getting them, I didn't get any this year.
So from Tux, we waited around over there for a while, just because we were coordinating getting our van into
pretty much
place for Temple.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from there we went directly to Endymion, where we didn't have to park completely across the planet.
This was still about most of a mile down, I guess.
Yeah, it was a good walk, but not like it was that one year where we parked on the other side of interstate.
That was bad. That was a long one.
Let's see. Endymion was a beautiful parade, super beautiful parade. If you've never been to Mardi Gras, Endymion is one of those parades that it's in the top 3
easily, and really it's the largest as far as membership. There's 50 something floats or something. I don't know,
there's some ridiculous amount of floats,
and all of them are like 2 or 3 long. It's not just these little, the standard one.
Yeah, one float long. It's usually
50
like
member floats.
2 or 3
all
floats.
their floats are 150 people or better in them.
Yeah. They're also, I want to say, the first one where they really have a celebrity. You know, Nick's had Amanda Shaw, who was their Grand Marshal or whatever this year. Muse's had
The new
Cantrell,
mayor.
the mayor-elect, which, I mean, yeah, they're famous, but they're local famous, you know? Like, when you get into, like, Endymion, Bacchus, and Orpheus, that's really where you start to see...
Yeah, more national.
Yeah, more national and international named people. Endymion, they had Key. It was either Key or Peel.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Key.
Yeah, it was one of them. I don't recall who it was.
Because I think Peel is the more chubby-cheeked one, and like Key is
it
the
was,
one that you see
was
doing a lot
Ron.
more.
It was the AA Ron guy.
Yeah. They also had the Marsalis, who's the music guy for the Colbert Show.
Yeah, I don't know what show he does.
Yeah, he's the band leader for Colbert. But yeah, real beautiful parade. They use a lot of LCDs and LEDs and
yeah, it's a high technology. I mean, shit. When they rolled past us, they had that giant extravaganza, and who was it? Rod Stewart.
yeah,
was
Rod
playing
Stewart
it.
was playing at the extravaganza.
So one of the floats had like a big LCD with him on it, and it was blaring the music live as he played it. So
Yeah,
this is a high technology parade, and they really do it well, you know.
yeah, they. I mean, I'd have to almost say that they are number one in beautiful parade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
relation
I don't
to
know. I'm
parade.
still kind of partial to Bacchus, but you know, that's kind of been always one of the ones that I like. And
Well, Bacchus,
And
we'll get to Bacchus in just a minute, because they had a lot of new stuff with them this year. So after Endymion, we came out here to Metairie to see Isis, where we caught, they had little Ankh doubloons,
yeah,
and they had like 7 colors, apparently.
yeah, we had no idea. We ended
Yeah.
up with a whole pile of purple, gray, and gold.
Yes. But more importantly, I see a little plus next to there,
Ooh, look at that!
which means, oh, Taylor, you were marching then. So we had to have gotten a tuba solo from you that night,
Yeah, because
right?
we were disappointed twice already. So
Yeah, I mean, so did we get a tuba solo that night?
No?
No.
Question mark? I can't really remember.
Oh, I remember vividly.
Oh, I remember vividly. Yeah,
Very
I remember
vividly
no
not
tuba
getting
solo.
a damn tuba solo. Yeah, you know, you always say nice things about him. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
he refused. No,
fuses. So no tuba solo again.
What was
but
the
we did
excuse
see
that
you marching with the flute there and rocking out.
Yep.
playing Mardi Gras music with no tuba.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The next day is a big, big, long day. Temple Day.
Oh yeah, that starts at like 4:30 in the morning for me.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
you
a
and Grant got out there
brutal,
super
brutal
early this
day.
year.
Well, we didn't get the proper spot.
Yeah, usually we park our van like feet behind
yeah,
the,
right
like,
on the straight
it's
up
the
corner.
last car that can be on the side street before the parade route, to where we can open up and get all our gear out with the music gear, the generator, the food, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so we were worried about not getting the corner,
Yeah.
and we really needed it this year. We were going to get the corner. Like, of any year, this was not the year we weren't going to get that corner. So,
Yeah.
we got out there early, but it kind of dragged me down all day. I still had fun, but I mean, I was just pooped.
Yeah.
Really
Well, it also
early.
didn't help that it rained on us like 4 times.
Oh, yeah. Well, we
That day.
put up tents and all that, so we were
Yeah,
fairly
we had
well
a couple
prepared.
pop-up tents, and you had a little awning thing that you made for
Yeah, it was
over the
fancy.
music gear.
It was fancy.
Let's see. We were graced by the wonderful Miss Carmel. As
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Temple Day every year. Temple Day is actually some friends of ours' families' tradition. And just as the kids got older, more and more of the crowd there was the kids' friends,
Right.
And, the kids and their families. And last year, that family couldn't do it because the youngest son, Darren, had just had a kid, and
Yeah.
they were
having a christening
doing
that
his
day.
christening that day. So we held up the tradition for him.
Of course.
And this year, we're like, hey, we want to make sure it's still going on. And so to see Miss Carmel, the mother of Temple Day, show up,
Yeah, that was nice.
that really made my day.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I didn't expect to see her at all. I was kind of hoping to, but I was like that's not going to happen. Because I knew that Neil couldn't make it, and I'd heard that Ryan couldn't make it, but I knew Tiffany was gone, but I knew Darren wasn't making it, so I was like, wow, I thought she would show, but I was hoping she would. She put a maybe on your Facebook.
Yeah,
and I
on
was
the
like,
Facebook
come
event.
on, come on.
Yeah. So to
Yeah.
see her walking across the street made me so happy to
Yeah,
see.
that's special.
Yeah, we had a great time that day. Saw 4 parades. Okeanos, Mid-City, Toth, and Bacchus.
Yeah.
Well, we saw 4 out there. Mid-City, with the foil. That's always
That's an unusual one, yeah. It's
Yeah.
very distinctive.
let's see, Okeanos. I mean, they're a pretty float or a
Yeah.
pretty parade.
It's almost a shame that they're in that crowd because it's a nice parade on its own. It almost doesn't stack up to the others. But
Yeah.
it is a nice parade on its own. But it's kind of, they're the stepchild of this. Because, I mean, Toth is a huge parade. I mean, seems like it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, Toth
I mean,
is like
similar to
9 million
Mid-City.
floats.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a bunch of floats. Mid-City, they've got I think like 25 floats.
Yeah,
or
it's a
something like
pretty good length as well, you know?
that. Let's see, and then followed up by Bacchus.
Yeah, which was fun, spectacular.
Yeah.
That parade's always been cool.
I mean, all 3 of the previous parades, Okeanos, Mid-City, Toth, I have nothing but great things to say about them. Bacchus. Bacchus did a couple changes this year. They had that Bacchus pirate ship that I don't remember seeing in years past.
No, me neither.
Um,
Of
they-
course, my memory of Temple Day is somewhat foggy.
yeah,
I don't know why,
usually by that time,
No idea why.
in between the alcohol and just the overall exhaustion.
Yeah. But not to mention, by that time, the crowd is, 20, 30 deep,
Yeah.
It's hard to really watch Bacchus,
Right. But they had this pirate float, which was real cool. They also had they redid the Kongs.
Yeah.
For the longest time, it was King Kong, Queen Kong, and Baby Kong as separate floats, to where Queen and King had no riders on them, and the tradition was to, people would pelt them with beads.
Right.
And then Baby had a few people on it, and all the people on that float were typically wearing hard hats.
Yeah.
Hard hats and safety
Like,
glasses.
oh, yeah, don't throw out this one. I always thought that was weird. Why they put anybody in that one?
Yeah, I don't know.
It never made sense to me.
But they redid them and they made it to where it was a tandem float this year, and all 3 of them had people on them, and all 3 of them had animatronics to them. To where the King one was either beating its chest or something.
Yeah, something like that. I remember it moving.
Queen, she's always got lipstick on, and she had a lipstick in her hand, and she was lifting it like she was putting it on. And Baby had its bottle that was like lifting it, putting it in its mouth, or a rattle in its hand or something. There was one other one that was new that I didn't remember seeing with Bacchus this year.
Yeah, because like before,
I mean, they had like their traditional the Leviathan and or Baka Wappa and Baka Gator and the dinosaur one, the Bakasaurus.
Yeah.
But it felt like there was one other one that was like a Bacchus traditional new one.
I don't recall. I remember we had spoken about it earlier, and I was like, I've always liked Bacchus, but they really need an update. But you had heard that they had already done a lot of these things, and
yeah, I read an article saying that
3 or
they
4
redid
things that they had done. But yeah, I don't recall what that other thing was either.
Yeah. So we had a great time at Temple. Took everything down. And Bacchus, their king was J.K. Simmons. I know he's been in a million other things, but he's the We Are Farmers guy right now. Let's see. But because of that, we missed Napoleon, which I heard rumor that was their last time rolling.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was the talk. And they usually, their traditional thing was that Court of Napoleon, which rolled in Metairie, hopefully continues to roll in Metairie. They had like wagons.
Yeah, it was like the old school kind of French Quarter
Floats.
Like horse-drawn kind of. I don't know if they were all horse-drawn, but a lot of them were.
Yeah, I remember they had like horse and mule.
That was one that we almost never saw. Like we caught it
yeah.
recently, a couple of years ago, and I was like, "Oh, I remember this parade," but I hadn't seen it in probably 20 years previous.
But that night or that evening was a pretty full one for Metairie because they had Napoleon, Athena, which we caught like the last 2 floats of.
Yeah.
They supposedly had fedoras that were decorated. But we did catch.
We would have caught more had I still had my sash.
Yes.
Clearly.
We did manage to catch. Well, also, it would have helped if somebody didn't get an F on his parking job that day.
Oh, that was the worst parking ever. I don't know who that was. I'm not going to mention any names.
Yeah.
He might not be used to driving a big ass van.
Yeah, I wasn't in the Fit. I had the van that we took from Temple, and because it's a big moving van, I mean it's a 19-foot van.
Yeah.
As I was getting closer to the parade route, I started to see like cars parked along the street, and I was like, "Ooh, here's an open spot. I might as well park here," figuring there ain't anything closer.
3 miles later,
both of our legs were completely exhausted from the entire day of Temple Day. And, we had to walk like 3 blocks up to the damn route. And,
That was, I mean, generally speaking, we do 10 no problem, but, 10 blocks
by that
walk.
point,
that was the longest 3 blocks of my life.
Parade 38 in the fucking list. Yeah, we were exhausted. We want nothing to do with walking. And meanwhile, as we walked closer and closer, we started to realize that I could have parked the van pretty much right on the parade route.
Yeah, pretty much.
With no problem whatsoever. Let's see. So we caught the last little bit of Athena, and then we caught Pandora. I see a plus there. So that means we must have gotten a tuba solo. I mean, what a great way to end.
I was so tired
Temple
that day that I don't remember if it
by
actually
getting
happened
a
or
tuba
not.
solo from Taylor. Taylor, did we get a tuba solo that day?
No, you did not.
What's this excuse?
It's still in repairs.
Man, we need another repair guy.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell breaks on the tube? It's 3 buttons.
Yeah, it's 3 buttons.
God damn it.
Um,
I'm starting to think maybe he just didn't want to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, Pandora, they supposedly threw personalized boxes.
I'm not sure if they had any riders left by the time we seen them.
Yeah, when we saw
They
them,
were done, but
like, we caught the balloons because some guy literally, like, we were like, hey, you got any doubloons? And this guy just, like, chucked a bag of them at us.
yeah, in a pile.
But
They had gotten stormed on before we got there.
yeah,
so
right before
I think
we
they
got
all
there,
kind of
it,
lost
like,
interest
opened
in
up
it.
on them. And they were pretty much out of throws.
Yeah.
when they
I think
got
everybody
those.
just offloaded when it
Yeah, I
happened.
assume that's what happened was that when it started to downpour on them, everyone just
Offloaded.
offloaded,
Because generally they just
expecting-
sprint to the end at that point. You know?
just because all the marching groups usually drop out.
Yeah,
and
that
all
was soaked.
Yeah. So they supposedly throw like I guess it's like jewelry boxes that are personalized. Again, I didn't see any.
Makes sense.
I
With
knew a few
Pandora,
people who were
I guess.
supposedly riding, but I mean, by that point, I think they were on the opposite side, and
Nah.
by that point, I had
weren't
no
even
interest
going
in
that
even
far, huh?
standing. Yeah. So Monday night, Proteus.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's always a
like it.
beautiful parade. It's one of the. I think they are the oldest parade that's rolling.
Remaining. Yeah. Well, Rex has been going on for.
Yeah, but I
Yeah, a
think
long
Proteus
time.
has them beat by like 2 years or something.
Oh, really?
So yeah, Proteus. It's a very beautiful parade. It's Mardi Gras, and they're followed up by Orpheus. Orpheus. They had the big things that we were looking for from them was they have big medallion doubloons, like
Oh, yeah, it'd knock your ass out if you.
to where I mean it's like the size of a hockey puck, and it's probably a eighth of an inch thick or whatever,
Yeah.
And but like one of them is always a disc or like a looks like a record, and it's dedicated to a famous musician who passed, I guess, the year before.
Yeah.
Like last year's was Alan Toussaint. This year it was Pete Fountain.
Yeah.
I'm guessing next year will be Fats.
Yeah. I wonder if that was just a little too quick. you
Yeah.
know? Well, plus I guess they had to honor Pete too. You know.
Right. Yeah. Well, Pete died pretty much right before Mardi Gras last year, if I remember.
Right.
So they had already picked Alan for that year. And, again, Fats, I mean, he was, like December or something like that?
Something like that. But I mean, he was an institution. There's kind of no way they're doing
Oh,
him
yeah,
next
yeah.
year.
Yeah,
you know?
I assume that. I'd have to imagine that next year he's the one that they represent with that doubloon. In fact, pull them out real quick. Or pull one out, show it.
Yeah.
They're right there. So, yeah, to give you an idea of these doubloons, it's a separate pocket right there. Like, they have 3 doubloons, and they had a red one for, like, their riding lieutenants, the silver one, which is just, like, the theme one. And, I mean, if you look at this thing,
Yeah,
look at
it's
that.
a clunker.
Yeah, it's way bigger than, like, a silver dollar one or whatever that.
Yeah, here's the normal size guy. And this is a thick one, actually.
Yeah, that's a special.
But that's the normal size compared to it. And
Yeah, it's literally twice the size of it.
yeah, a good double the weight. And that's a thick brass
Yeah, that's
one,
like a
too,
thick
so
brass one.
That's a pretty cool one,
Yeah, I bought
actually.
that one special at the Balloon Club thing. But apparently they also had a medallion bead for every float. And I kind of remember that from years past, to where they had a special bead for each float. But I'd much rather just get those fit in a lot easier of a space than 40 fucking beads.
What was it, like an actual metal medallion?
No,
or
it's
just
like
the little painted
like a
clay
ceramic,
ones or whatever the hell they are.
It's like a bead with a big ceramic
Yeah.
dragon or, witch or whatever the big icon thing is on the front of that particular float. They have the Leviathan, which is the dragon float, and they have Smoky Mary, which I'm not sure. It's a tough. It's a very close battle between who's the longest float.
But they
in
almost
Mardi
have
Gras.
to be now. They split the Endymion
This
one.
year the Endymion Pontchartrain Beach, when they split it in two.
Yeah, it's normally 7 or 8 floats in tandem, and they're not very big ones, but neither is Smoky Mary. All of them are fairly small.
Yeah.
Compared to large floats, but they have a bunch of them.
Yeah,
and
there's 12
it's like
of them.
It's a city
or something.
block
Yeah.
long. I mean, it's a big one.
Yeah, I remember one year recording it as it was passing, and it took like 2.5 minutes for it to pass. And I was with it rolling at a constant, 2 miles an hour speed or whatever, So to wrap up Mardi Gras, on Mardi Gras Day, we had Argus, Elks Jeffersonian, and the Jefferson Trucks. So in Argus, I see another little plus symbol next to it.
How about that?
So that would mean Taylor was marching. So we had to, out of any days, to have a tuba solo, Mardi Gras Day.
It had to be
perfect
that.
day.
It had to be that.
Big
Perfect
rack
day for a tuba solo. Taylor, how'd we do?
Still in repairs. I couldn't really get it out. There was no time.
We're gonna have to get a backup tuba for next year.
Yeah.
It was repaired right after Mardi Gras Day, the day
Of
after.
course.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, so it's fine now?
Oh yeah.
Because
So-
St. Patrick's Day is
Yeah.
coming up.
Or moon pie.
It does
Yeah.
roll right in front of my house. You guys are the Irish.
Well, hopefully it's not broken.
Oh, it won't be.
No, it won't be. We'll make sure.
I have a
we'll-
very,
Yeah.
very big and embarrassing family.
I know.
You're part of it.
I'm in it.
They're all crazy. Most crazy people show up for that one.
Yep.
So we're very much looking forward to that tuba
Yeah.
solo.
Hopefully it's not broken.
Oh no,
Just saying.
it's under lock and key with guards. It should be fine.
So Argus. I mean, it's a cool parade. It's the Mardi Gras Day. I will say that it seems like there's a few floats that need a refresh.
Yeah, they've kind of paraded the same parade for many years now.
Yeah,
but it
last
was
year they
done
had-
right the first
well,
time.
last year
and-
they had the Lions float, which was awesome.
yeah,
To celebrate the 100 years of Lions Clubs International. The Lions worked with Argus, and they had a float in Argus. But there's a lot of the floats that I'd like to see a refresh on them.
yeah,
If
But-
it was possible, if I had my wish,
yeah.
just because I'm kind of tired of seeing just the sheriff's car float, the Popeyes float, the president's
Winn-Dixie.
yeah, the Winn-Dixie. There's a couple of them that it seems like I've seen them so many times.
Yeah.
I'd like to see something new.
But then again, at least they keep them. It's a full parade. It's a fairly long parade.
It is.
Yeah. But it would be nice to have that one kind of signature end of Mardi Gras parade. Because really, after that, I mean, that's it.
Right.
There's truck parades after that, which are fun.
Yeah, they're fun. You
But
catch a
they're-
bunch of stuff, but
They're not the what you think of as a standard Mardi Gras parade.
yeah. And typically with the truck parades, it's like all due respect to all the different trucks. I know that a lot of the groups, they spend months
Oh yeah.
coming up with a theme and decorating their float and all that.
Yeah, I mean, unlike
But
standard parade floats, they have to build those things. So.
yeah, but I mean, if you've seen one truck float,
Yeah.
you've pretty much seen them all. To where yes, they're all different themed, but
Yeah, they're
you
pretty
start to
much the
see about
same.
like 12 themes altogether. To where it's like, hey, a sports theme, a generalized thing, to where it's like a sports theme, maybe a Louisiana theme, a Mardi Gras theme, a New Orleans theme,
Yeah, they're
hunting
relatively
theme, yeah.
generic as far as their themes. I don't know. They must have a list of like 20. Like, hey, pick one of these.
Right, yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's fun to watch them, but
Yeah.
by that point also, it's like I'm just looking at trucks driving past. I was waving my hand half-heartedly, but my body was jello at that point.
Yeah. I was pretty much at that point just yelling at the trucks, like, if their horn was kind of weak.
Yeah.
This shit was weak. And like, no. Like, okay, I was better. You got me. Well, I had to do something, man. I wasn't getting a tuba solo apparently that day.
So, I mean, we made 42 parades. Quite the feat. It's not my record. My record is 46 or something like that, which was a few years ago. But, I mean, we had a great run. We were talking about it for next year. While, yes, we will still catch an inordinate amount of parades.
Yeah.
We're going to look to try and aim to get some of the traditions of Mardi Gras that are outside of the parade route.
Yeah, I mean, because as much as I love doing the run, we miss a lot of things, like the landing of wrecks and, those kind of things. Participating in a parade, perhaps,
Yeah, we were talking about possibly participating in Chewbacca's. I mean, I think it's $42 still to
I might have that.
join the parade. Yeah. And it looks like everybody in that parade is having a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about being in a parade and, looking at some of the events, like you said, Rex's arrival,
Yeah,
the
giant
greasing
fireworks
of the poles,
display, yeah, all that
the
stuff.
the costume contest down in the quarter, little things like that, to where we may pick and choose more of those things in lieu of going to a parade per se.
Yeah.
But that being said, we're still probably going to catch
Yeah, more than 99% of people.
yeah, way more than what most people catch in a given year. Like we both joined the doubloon collectors group this year, just so that we could get like those doubloons that we weren't able to catch at a parade where we were at, where we attended it. And there was people who were like, "Oh, how many parades do you go to?" And we were like, 42. And we were expecting to hear them almost be like, "That's it?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and like there was a lot of people that we talked with at that meeting. They were like, "I make 7 parades.
Like 7.
I make
week.
25."
Yeah.
Even your dad, who's a big doubloon hound, and
But he did 35 this year, I
he
think.
keeps up pretty good with us.
He did
He
pretty
made
good.
35 this year, but like usually it's around like 25 or 30. I think.
Yeah.
now,
I think he kind of sped up his going to a lot of them once we were whipping his ass. He's like, no, I need to make more of them,
Do you even go to the parades?
But I mean, really, the only ones that we make that he doesn't are like Chewbacca's and, well, basically every parade that doesn't throw doubloons that we go to.
Yeah.
That's the ones we go to that he doesn't make.
But even still, some of those ones without doubloons, he goes to. Like Femme Fatale. I can guarantee you he was out there.
Oh yeah.
They don't throw a doubloon. But I know he does make specific, a conscientious effort to make it to like ones that he knows throw.
Oh yeah,
Multiple.
he goes,
Gets
his spot basically where we saw
Pygmalion and Sparta.
He might even be further up the route than that. I mean, that's
it wouldn't have surprised me.
there.
Yeah, go right where they start and just because he has no problem with shit and get. That I could see him just walking up the route and being like, "Hey, let me get the doubloons. Let me get the doubloons. Let me get the doubloons," and he'll like maybe stay for half of the parade, and then.
But he does actually bring like sets of Carrollton doubloons with him and trades them off and a lot of that kind of stuff. But
I know he brings stuff and wheels and deals to get his set.
He gets his set somehow or another.
What would you say was your favorite parade this year? Like the parade itself.
I guess I got to go with Bacchus, especially with all the
new stuff and
I mean it wasn't a standard temple day. It was sort of low key, I guess, because of weather. Lots of people missing, other circumstance. But it was still a cool parade. It was still a good group of people there. I had a lot of fun at that one, and the parade was real nice too. Endymion was, as usual, beautiful.
Yeah,
I just kind of, I was.
Yeah, at that
point,
point,
not
I was
quite
exhausted.
in the spirit of that parade.
I remember at one point I went and sat in the parking lot that was behind us, and just the blessing was the parking bumper thing that I was sitting on. I was like,
nice concrete
my
rock.
feet finally. I'd say Carrollton was up there for me this year, mainly because I caught multiple horses.
Oh yeah.
Bacchus, Endymion was super beautiful. Nix was just a fun night.
Yeah.
Even though we got completely drenched that night, that was a great night.
Met some lesbians.
Yeah,
they were fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was a weird night. That was definitely an interesting one.
That's how they introduce themselves. Like, this is I forget their names now. Like, this is Sue and Mary. We're lesbians.
Like, how you doing?
All right. Hey, how you doing?
So, did you actually get to attend any parades like that you weren't marching in this year?
I went to one parade with Paul. Actually right before I marched too. So that was...
Boy, you're going to watch a parade.
My feet were still killing me like 3 days after Mardi Gras Day, after Argus.
So which one did you go see?
I believe it was Tux. I think it was. I don't know.
Was there a lot of toilet paper?
Yeah.
Then that's most likely it. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. I think that's... Well, you probably saw more than that. They have a couple parades there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
Iris. You probably saw Iris and Tux.
Yeah.
Well, we had to actually go because we had to get to my school in order to prepare for the parade. So we left before like any of it really ended.
Yeah.
Although I was left with some people while Papa went down and get some doubloons from all the
Sounds
floats.
about right.
That does not surprise me in the least.
But you're lucky. I used to be about that big when he would do that to me.
Like, I remember that.
I'm gone.
Let's see. Well, did you get to eat any king cake this year?
I ate one slice of king cake this year.
Oh, you know what he did this year?
What's that?
He stole a king cake from his principal.
Oh, yeah, the king cake that was sitting on your coffee table like the first weekend.
How do you? I don't know how you manage that, but I'm very proud of you. I would have been prouder had I got a tuba solo, but we digress. The fact that you lifted a full unopened king cake from your principal.
From the principal of the school.
Yeah. That's balls, man.
Do you have any parades that you wish we would have made that we didn't?
Well, if that was Napoleon's last year, I guess I wish we would have seen that one.
Yeah.
Centurions, I kind of always liked it. We didn't get to see that one, but I don't think we made the wrong decisions.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to leave Bacchus for Napoleon, Napoleon or
Your dad did
otherwise. Well, he's a nut.
Yeah. But that was because I had already gotten the doubloons from my Santa gig.
Yeah.
I had asked the guy who I work with
He
for that
figured
if
it was
he could
done.
get me a set of doubloons, and he gave me
Yeah,
several.
he gave you quite the stash.
You
ended up with.
because I gave your dad a set, he was like, "Oh well,
I'm done.
I'm done. I got all the doubloons from Bacchus. I see Bacchus every year. I'm going to go out and catch these 3 parades. There's 2 of them that throw doubloons."
I think he was basically trying to pad his number, though.
Oh yeah,
More than the doubloons. He's like,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm catching
3
up.
is
you
better than
bastards, No, but we kind of run into that a few times every year, but I think we always pick the right one. I mean, why leave Uptown to go to wherever,
Right.
It's just kind of, we're already at a cool
no
one.
disrespect to a Metairie parade, but an Uptown route or an Uptown parade typically is going to be more.
It's just more happening,
Yeah.
Like you get to a Metairie ride, and especially when we catch you down here real late. Shit, we were outnumbered by cops on several occasions.
Yeah, on a couple of the occasions, there was more cops on the parade route than there were citizens,
Yeah.
And we always managed to find, like, the spot where all of the cops converge.
I know. I think you attract them. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going with you. I look innocent,
So, I do know we have a few more parades, like you said,
Moon Pie.
St. Patrick's Parade.
Yeah.
But this year, we're going to get to attend Moon Pie.
Thank God, man. I've never seen that parade.
Yeah, it's a walking parade where all they throw is moon pies. It's in Slidell. Typically, it's like the same night as Crew de Vue.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it just got rescheduled because of the weather or if ahead of time they were like,
Well, that was
we'd rather have a better crowd.
Yeah,
We'll do it
we
a
always
couple
missed
weeks
it
after
because
Mardi
we would
Gras.
take off and go to Crew de Vue.
Yeah.
And really, that's the day of, what is it?
Poseidon.
Yeah. But that was always the day parade, so we would have had to wait there for hours and hours to see a little walking parade.
Yeah.
Or you come back to town and go to Crew de Vue. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But I love moon pies, man. I hope
Yeah.
they have banana ones. Those are good.
Vanilla. Ooh.
You got vanilla?
Yeah, I'm hoping that they, I'm looking forward to that one. It's like March 10th or something like that.
Okay.
And then I guess the following weekend is the parade out there by you, the Metairie Road Parade, and probably either the week that same week or week after is going to be Irish Italian.
Yeah, the veterans one.
Yeah.
They have the Uptown Parade too, but I very seldom ever make that one.
Yeah, the Irish Channel one, and there's one out in St. Bernard, the Irish
like
Lanos Parade.
That's right, yeah.
And that one's usually like a week or two after St. Patrick's as well.
Any excuse for a parade.
Yeah, I'm down. I am down. So, successful Mardi Gras. Thank you as always for joining me in the run.
My pleasure. Always a great time.
Thank everyone. Crazy Fish, Dave, Hunter. Trying to think who else joined us on the run.
We never got a
some
beat
point.
goat.
He was in space this year.
Ah, yeah.
He was in space. One thing that I wanted to point out we mentioned that we were doing the selfies with the fists. And I showed it to you, I think, on Mardi Gras Day, where the czar took all of the selfies of me and photoshopped in like a big,
Big knife.
bandelier's knife or whatever into my hand. And there's one particular picture where it's me with the big knife, and you're in the background doing the fist. But he put a candy apple in your hand. And he said
is
it
that?
was just the smirk or whatever that you had on your face. It looked like you had just eaten a big old bite out of it, out of a candy apple, and you're like,
I could use a knife. Cut up candy apple with it.
yeah. But I laughed so hard when I
lost
saw
that one.
Like when I saw the knives, I was like, all right, that's funny. That's funny. When I saw that one, I laughed out loud, literally. I was like, that's fucking funny. That's fucking funny.
Well, I don't even know where he found the image of a candy
Of a
apple.
candy apple. Yeah. His Photoshop skills are second to none. Second to none. So, yeah, thank you to everyone who participated in the Mardi Gras this year. We look forward to next year. Continue to follow us. You can follow the show. Facebook.com/The Scoop Show, at P Scoop Podcast on Twitter. I'm on Instagram at Pickle Scoop. You got anything you want to plug?
Nah, not really.
Taylor?
No.
All right. Well, as always, again, thank you for watching. Till the next show, Scoop out.